You're tuned in to the Not Moved podcast, where stories stay steady, but the ball never does. Every week we break down the game, the culture, and the moments that make you lean in. Not Moved brings you the dribble.
I'm Lena.
And I'm Jax.
New episode.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, Tinez and Bando here for the dribble tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about the play-in, go off some recap, and then also give off some predictions about the following round, which is starting tomorrow, the first round. Bando, how you doing, my man? How you doing today?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
That's good, man. All right. First off of the review, I do want to give a little bit of some talk about first, obviously, the Miami Heat versus the Charlotte Hornets game. As you guys know, the play-in is the last day today. Tomorrow we'll be going to the first round. I mean, honestly, Bando, what do you think about that game, honestly, as far as with the upside going in for Charlotte, just as a whole?
Honestly, bro, that game was a shootout.
I agree. I think Charlotte definitely really importantly improved a lot in their rebounding that game, especially when needed most. I also think that they have been efficient, but right now, I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit later. As of currently, right now, they're kind of hitting a little bit of a tick against this Orlando Magic team, which we'll talk about later. They don't really matter, though. Miami, it says a lot about the adversity that Charlotte has been giving this year, though. And I think it's something that a lot of people tend to undermine as a team because I get it. It's the organization of the Hornets. It's the Hornets. But, I mean, we all understand, you know what I'm saying? You got to give credit where credit's due. So, I got to give them their credit. I mean, they've been probably right now the most improved team this entire year. I mean, besides the Clippers, which we'll get into after this. But, I don't know, man. The way it's looking right now for them, I mean, I'll just POV the score real quick. Right now, the Hornets and the Magic are at a 37-68 just now in halftime. So, I don't know. Right now, Hornets are taking a dip, but I really, really think that last game, 2 nights ago, I think really, really made a statement. What do you think, Bando? Do you think it made a statement?
For Charlotte? Talking about for Charlotte?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah, of course. LaMelo made his statement. He said it himself after his post game. He said it after his post game. He said, "That's what he said before." He was like, "I know I fucked up. I made a mistake, whatever, and I made up for it." He made up with that game-winning layup.
Right, exactly.
And a lot of people don't take accountability.
No, they don't. They don't really give him a lot of the flowers that he's supposed to. And honestly, with the little things that were going on, especially with that playing game, I can understand, you know, to some people, they think that he purposefully injured Bam. But, I mean, he took full accountability of it. He apologized after the game, and he's like, yo, hey, my bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I'm supposed to be doing. But at the end of the day, hey, you made your credit where it's due, and you made the game winner. So, I mean, you know how it is in the NBA playoffs, man. I've been saying it all season long since we've been starting this show. I mean, a win is a win in these kind of situational games. So, honestly, it's just only shining better for the Hornets. Now I want to transition a little bit to the West game and then talk about Portland versus the Suns. I know a lot of people didn't really undermine this game. I know a lot of people were like, we don't really know where things are going to go. But honestly, I think Portland kind of made a little statement in the West, even though it doesn't say a lot. But it does say that they're trying to slowly grow and build, especially scheme-wise, right? So my question to you is, Bando, is what do you think, especially moving forward for a team like Portland, what do you think they have to do to make a name for themselves moving forward?
Personally, I didn't watch the Portland game. I didn't watch the game. So like I can't really like speak on it.
Okay. Well, what can you say about it scheme-wise, though? Like, as far as Danny getting much more of the control of the game?
See, my thing with Danny is, like, he's inconsistent, bro.
He can be a little bit.
He's
I can see both of that.
inconsistent. It's like
I can
there's
see both
days
of
he's on, and then there's
that.
days he's off. And
Yeah,
you can't do that in the playoffs. You
yeah. It's
cannot
kind of
do that in the
like the
playoffs.
way I kind of see his sporadicness is kind of like how you see Palos, but in a different style, obviously. But when we're talking like hot and cold, he's probably what really reminds me when it comes to that, like trying to get it in the footing where it matters. So I don't blame you for saying that, honestly. But at the same time, I feel like that has to also do with the lack of playoff experience and just also lack of competition as a whole, just within that.
Hmm.
But honestly, I don't know because the Suns, man, they've been struggling. I don't know. Like, they're supposed to face the Warriors this game, and I don't know. I don't know. I like D Book. That's the thing. I don't want to, you know, talk down on a brother, but if I'm going to be completely honest, he hasn't done shit. I don't know. I just feel like right now this is
I
one of
feel the
those
same exact way he had that game. I've seen like clips here and there. He had a chance to win the fucking game. He missed the bucket.
yeah, like there's times where you can see him really trying
And
to
it
go through
and it was
transition.
a easy bucket. It was a midi.
Correct.
It was a easy. That's his go to.
Right.
His pull up midi. That's his go
Mhm.
to shot. And you missed that in the clutch.
No, I agree. Especially when you're talking about things going off a transition, you gotta make those type of shots, especially in those situations when you're in the playoffs and you're asked to do more. You gotta make it count, man.
And
I
when
mean,
you're fighting for a spot to be in the playoffs as well.
right. I mean, realistically, I think honestly, realistically in my heart, I think I could have saw them honestly sitting at like even higher than they are right now. I mean, there was really no reason for the Clippers to really get this high as what we saw them, which we'll talk about later in a bit. But I just I don't know, man. I kind of feel like they're just one of those teams where like they were supposed to do really good, but they're starting to look a little bit fraudulent.
I'm,
And
I'm gonna
that's
say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna describe it.
like
This
you
is
get what
how
I'm
this is.
saying though?
Yeah, I know. This is how I'm gonna describe the Clippers, right? You know
No.
how in New York we got two teams, right?
Yeah.
You got the Yankees and then you got the Mets.
Yeah.
The Lakers are the Yankees.
The Clippers and
The
Mets.
Clippers
Yeah.
are the Mets.
Right.
Mediocre,
Yeah.
mediocre
Which
every
honestly,
year.
with that one, I don't know, man. I mean, it's really both of the teams. It's the Suns and the Clippers. Just down. They just I don't know. Like they
Yeah.
looked so good by the end of the stretch, but when it comes to game time, it's just I don't know if it's a scheme problem. I don't
It's
know if
coaching.
it's the players. I don't know if it's the coaches or players. That's what I'm trying to really like sit and figure out because, like for example, I'll give you like a good example when we're looking at things like a stump wise. Kawhi against the Warriors. If you really notice, I'm not sure if it was like the whole second half or like the whole first. No, I think it was like all of the first, like the fourth quarter. Kawhi only had like 4 points on Draymond fucking Green, and we expect this guy to be a top 15 player ever. Okay. Anyways,
I'm gonna say
I,
like this. I'm
I
gonna say this. I'm
digress.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about Kawhi Leonard, right? You had your time. You had your time, brother. You had
Yeah,
your time. Yeah, your power was like
I agree.
you're not
I agree.
that same player you were in 2019 and 2018, 2017. You're not that player anymore. You're not that player in
And honestly,
2020, 2021. You're not that
right.
player.
And honestly, I don't even think it's him trying to be that player. I think it's more of the scheme and the coaches are asking him to be that player, if that makes sense. Because, like, for example, like when you really look at like how much they've improved since Garland came into the team, like they went from a bottom 10, bro, to a eighth seed at best.
As well, didn't they start the season off like 6 and like 20 something?
It was ridiculous. It was terrible. It was actually terrible. Yeah. It was something like that, I'm pretty sure. But it was just not good basketball. And I think right now, with that team you're talking about, I think it's more of a scheme issue because there's no way. that you're gonna sit here and tell me, like, I understand everybody has bad games, right? I understand every player has bad games. But to me, this really hurts Kawhi because when you look at it, okay, you've been playing well since the post All-Star break. You're probably right now one of the best growing teams when it comes to actually progression, trying to make it somewhere in the play-in. Besides the Hornets, I mean, it was literally all year when we're looking at play-in teams. It was literally the Hornets, Clippers all year. I mean, since the All-Star break, I mean, this team was going, both teams were going lights out. I mean, you saw Kawhi putting up almost 30 a game, and Darius Garland putting up a solid like 18, 20 plus piece with like what was I think it was like 6 or 7 assists. Like they was balling. Then you face the Warriors with a Steph Curry that missed 50 plus games, almost what was it, 60, 65 games he missed?
And then Curry
Goes
was
out
cooking
and
in the
puts up
fourth
35.
quarter.
Remind you, by the half, he was less than 15 points by the half.
I know. And then it came the second half, he started frying. Especially that fourth quarter.
Yep. Yeah. And I think that to me was the biggest thing for the Warriors moving forward is really just emphasizing that defense. It really was the defense. I'm not even gonna lie, that really saved the Warriors that game. Honestly, I mean, the advantages that Draymond was willing to give, especially from a scheme standpoint, not so much as a player, but from a scheme standpoint, it really did show compared to like a lot of people were saying, because like when you look at it, I can see why people don't really care for Draymond like that, especially now, right? But when you look at what he's giving you, not just on the court, but even in some cases off the court, logistically, right? I'm speaking logistically here, meaning the schemes, formations, what they can do, what they cannot do. I feel like right now, he's willing to open up things in scheme for the Warriors, especially if he keeps this up with Curry, right? Because now you got your team getting hot. My only question is, though, are they willing to put on the gas? Because the past couple years, we see this where they'll do good for a little bit, and then the first, second round, the Warriors just lose the gas. It's like there's no oil, there's nothing to move with it. So what do you feel about that? I mean, like, what is your thoughts on that, Bando? Because honestly, I don't like. I see that they can get the potential, but at the same time, it's not glorified like it used to be. You get what I'm saying?
You want me to like be completely honest with you about the Warriors?
You're saying what? But you're cutting out.
You want me to be completely honest with you about the Warriors?
100%. Of course, man. Stay locked in and roll up.
They're a first round fucking exit. Simple.
Oh
Point
yeah,
blank period.
100% agree. I agree
Point
with you
blank
on that.
period.
But my
There's,
right.
there-
But my
there's
thing is
nothing that
like,
they
what do
could
you
do.
think as far as like? But like, my question is like, what do you think as far as them in moving the gas, like trying to move forward? Because there's times where we see them even during the playoffs. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. There's times where we've seen the Warriors be a 7th seed, an 8th seed, and they can go as far as the second round. I mean, we've seen it before. Personally, we've seen it before.
It's not gonna happen though.
I'm not.
It's not gonna.
I get it. Okay.
Like, you got Curry that's pushing 40 years old. You got Draymond Green who's old as fuck. You got Pods who had his first 30-point
Right.
game out of an 82-game season. You had one 30-point game out of an 82-game season? Are we serious?
I mean, you gotta think.
And then the bench is
I get
abysmal. The bench
yeah.
is
I mean,
horrible.
I
It's
get you.
abysmal. The defense is abysmal.
Oh, the bench is horrible too.
Steve Kerr's schemes is atrocious.
But I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, you can even see some of the role players, and I'm glad you kind of talked about that, because I'm not gonna lie, the bench during that Clippers game heavily improved. I mean, I'm talking like I saw Pods putting up almost 20. Draymond Green had like, I think almost at least double digit in points. Curry had 35. You had Kristaps with like, what was it, 20 plus? Al Horford had like 14.
I'm thinking like Kristaps had like 25, like 24 or some shit like that. I think.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
not
just
sure.
saying, Bando. I mean, I don't know. I just feel
That's,
like you can't undermine an offense like that. Like, I get it, their defense is ass, and I understand the depth is just veterans, right? They're not young youth that can help you out long term. But when you talk about the experience given, especially IQ wise, they're probably one of the smarter teams, at least in my opinion. In my opinion, and it's just because of the veteran assets you have, guys like Al Horford, guys like Porzingis, guys like Curry, Draymond, who are still willing to space the floor and get things done. Even though I get it, Kristaps isn't what he used to be, but I think we all can admit if he has the space given, he can get some jobs done.
mm,
That's all I'm saying. I know it's a hard ask, but I think we've all seen it happen before.
I don't know, bro. Like this Warriors team is just weird. They're a
It is.
weird team.
I'm
Like they're a weird
I'm
team.
with
Like
you.
they're so weird. Like
And I
three,
think the reason
like
why a lot of people are overreacting on this, and sorry for interrupting you, but I really think the reason why people are overreacting on it is because you're doing this with one, no Jimmy Butler. You don't have Jimmy Butler. So you don't even have like your second ace player to really get the job done. And the second thing, it's like you said, I mean, you got Curry off of bad injuries. You got Draymond, who's already starting to look like he's starting to look injury prone as well, considering he almost got injured during that game against the Clippers, where Kawhi almost baked his shit. But I
mhm.
digress. So it's just, I don't know. Like, I can see them getting it done, but I get what your point though. Like, you got to see a little bit more, and I think that's really what it is. I mean, what do you think is it really is? Do you think it's more of the coaching, honestly? Do you think it's just they
It's
need to
Steve
rebuild?
Kerr. It's Steve Kerr. It's
I
Steve
figured. I
Kerr.
thought the same thing.
It's
I thought the
Steve
same
Kerr.
thing
His
too.
his
I'm
whole
not gonna
coaching
lie.
career, his whole career is off Stephen Curry's success. Like what are we talking about? He ain't built that team. Mark Jackson built that fucking team.
I did hear about that. I did
Like,
hear about
like,
that,
come
especially
on.
scheme
Mark
wise.
Jackson was the one that drafted Stephen Curry. He was the one that drafted Klay Thompson. He was the one that drafted Draymond Green.
Right. 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 So I mean, what do you think? Like, do you think they should let him? Like, I know this is gonna
Let
sound
him go.
crazy. It's
Look
like,
at what he did with Jonathan
yeah,
Kaminga. And then look what Jonathan Kaminga when he went to fucking LA. He's going
I
fucking
will admit
crazy now.
that that is one. I
Like
will
what the
admit
fuck?
that is
That could
one
have
thing
been
to
that could have been
definitely ponder. But
Kaminga could have been
yeah,
your second option after Jimmy
for
got
sure.
hurt. But
Yeah,
no.
for sure.
But no. I'm
I
gonna be I'm gonna be Steve Kerr and be delusional and use my ego.
right. Right. No, exactly. And I get what you mean, but at the same time though, you also have to look at it where one, well, I think we all know this respectfully, and I know you know this pretty well. The Warriors aren't really good that known for having great bigs. And I think that's what they really try to do here. Like, you gotta think, right? If your team isn't really known for having a financial long-term piece as a big, you gotta learn how to utilize a lot of veteran opportunity.
You know
And
what
I
I
think that's
just
what they try to do with
realized?
Porzingis.
You know what I just realized, bro? The
Hmm.
last time they've had a good big was fucking JaVale McGee and Zaza Pachulia.
That's probably honestly, it's between him and Andrew Bogut. That's probably been their best big man in I don't know how
Remember
many years.
Festus Ezeli?
So that's why I'm asking, like, if we're gonna be real for a minute, like, if you really sit down and think about this, Bando, and I'm gonna say this with full respect, this is probably the that they've had. Excuse me, there's technical difficulties going on, y'all. But I just feel like with having a piece like Kristaps, it opens a lot more doors because you didn't have that kind of veteran experience years ago, and when you did, it failed. Example 2016, where Andrew Bogut was actually going off a decent year, and then what happened? He got injured. Draymond Green got suspended. But as I digress, my
Yeah,
point of what I'm saying
Draymond
is,
Green likes to kick
yeah,
people in the cojones.
right. But no, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of in the same boat where you are right now, where it's like they're looking like they can improve. They're looking like they're getting the right pieces. My only problem is that they haven't shown those pieces right, one, and two, I think some of them they could do a little bit better with, which is like what you talked about, that Kuminga trade. I think that's a really great example, you know?
Exactly. And
I
they're
think that's really the biggest
depending.
problem right now. I think it's just wrong choices.
My problem is y'all are depending on Curry's 37?
Mm-hmm.
You're depending on a 37-year-old man. He's not that same player he
Right.
was
No, and I
years
get what
ago. He's not that same
no,
guy
and
anymore.
Brando.
Age is catching up to
Right,
him. Especially the injuries are
right.
catching up to him.
And that's gonna happen, especially with big men like that, right? Especially when you're looking at things from a veteran standpoint. So I understand
No,
when
I'm
we're
talking about
talking
Curry.
skill, I get that. Oh no. I'm talking Kristaps right here, man. I'm talking the big man,
Kristaps?
brother.
I'm not really worried about Kristaps.
Like, what I'm trying to tell you is like, as far as the big men they've had in recent years, like for the past, I'd say 10 years, if you think about it, really, to me, he's probably one of the best big men they've probably gotten. And I know it sounds a little nasty to say, but if we really look down the list, this is probably their best big they've had in a while.
Since
And I know
Boga.
that sounds very, it sounds
Boga,
nasty.
yeah.
I know. It sounds fucking nasty, but if you think about it, Bando, this is probably the good opportunity they can have in actually having key defensive pieces. And that's the most disgusting part.
And David Lee.
Yeah. That was 2015, 2016. Yeah. 10 years ago. But anyways, y'all, before we continue, we're going to go off here on a commercial break, give you all some of the advertisements, sponsorships that we are in. We'll be right back with you guys more as far as yesterday's game. So we'll talk more about the Orlando Magic and 76ers. And then also talk about the Clippers and Golden State Warriors game as well, like we've already just mentioned before. But we'll talk a little bit more about the Clippers once we get back here. And then we'll talk about tonight. So we'll be right back with you, y'all, in about 3-4 minutes.
The Not Move podcast is fueled by W Energy. Smooth, jitter-free focus, and flavors that slap. Mango, berry, watermelon. Whatever gets you locked in, they've got it. Hit up W.GG, use promo code NOTMOVED, and snag 10% off your order. Stay not moved, stay energized.
Number Friday nights, 9 Eastern. It's the Dribble, NBA edition on the Not Move podcast. We break down the week, the trades, the highlights, everything around the league. Tap in, chop it up with us, and get the takes that move the game forward. Stay not moved.
The Not Moved podcast drop is here. Snapbacks, hoodies, mugs, stickers, totes, everything you need to rep the convo everywhere you go. Limited run, unlimited style. Tap the link, fill the cart, and
tap into the Not Moved podcast every Friday night at 8 Eastern.
We're bringing the scrap sheet, UFC edition.
Every jab, every takedown, every headline.
All the fights, all the drama, all the picks, right here.
Watch live on YouTube or listen anywhere you get your podcast. Hit follow, hit subscribe.
And stay not moved.
Need some new Not Move drip? The In the Wickets hoodie just dropped. Super soft fleece, heavyweight feel, and the official NMP patch on the sleeve. Tap add to cart, check out, and let us handle the rest. In a couple days, it shows up at your door, ready to rock. Rep the podcast from the couch to the tip.
Every Thursday night, the Not Move podcast drops a new episode of
In the Wickets,
our deep dive on everything around the NHL.
We break down the plays, the trades, the stats, and the stories that matter.
Plus, a few hot takes along the way.
Join us live at 8 p.m. Eastern, or catch it on your favorite podcast app right after.
Same energy, same on.
Tuesday nights just got louder. Ringside Rewind is live every week, 9 Eastern.
We're breaking down Raw, SmackDown, and everything leading into the weekend. If it happens between the ropes, we're talking about it.
Deep dives, hot takes, and a few surprise
and
replays.
A whole lot of arguing.
Yeah, but the good kind.
Ringside.
The Orphan Elimination Chamber tee just dropped. Fresh out the box. Look at this.
That print is nasty. Chain link O, silver hit. It's tough.
It's soft too, y'all. Fits right. Little drip for the Elimination Chamber weekend.
We rocking these all season.
If you're part of the Not Move fam, you already know.
Jump on it before it's
gone. Grab yours now at Not Move Shop.
Episode of the Not Move podcast is brought to you by the MLB Shop. They have every team's gear, from classic caps to World Baseball Classic hoodies, all official and all ready for game day. Tap the link in our bio to head straight to the shop and snag your favorite merch.
The drop is here.
NMP gear built for everyday and game day. Hoodies, mugs, and the Coach Common jersey in bold gold. Rep the movement. Feel the energy. Shop new arrivals.
If you're craving baseball talk that doesn't flinch, tap in with us Monday nights at 8 Eastern.
It's the Rusty Mitt MLB edition of the Not Move podcast. Breakdowns, debates, all the swings and misses without the fake fluff.
Join us live or catch the replay wherever you get your pods. Rusty Mitt, not moved. Stay not moved.
Attention Not Move Nation. Our first ever jersey has landed. The NMP by JB Sport Talk collab brings premium mesh, bold gold accents, and that undeniable game day energy. Plus, hoodie drop.
Today's episode of Not Moved is brought to you by Open Goal, the world's #1 backyard goal. If you love soccer but hate chasing balls into the neighbor's yard, this thing is a game changer. Its rebound net sends missed shots right back to you, and the side nets keep your landscaping and your windows safe. It's perfect for kids, for training, or just having fun.
Today's episode of the Not Move podcast is brought to you by Walmart.com. With our storefront in the Walmart app, you can get everything you need. Pick up or have it delivered.
We ordered dinner while recording and it showed up before we wrapped.
Better good sweet corn and burrata ravioli.
Nuri protein drinks, even St. Patrick's Day treats.
Walmart.com.
Not Move, fam. Southgate edition just landed and it's fire. Check the tee, watch out for the skis and the wickets. Hockey stick, cricket wickets, all vibes. We got hoodies, mugs, caps, beanies, whatever you need. Cop yours before they...
At the Not Move podcast, just drop the gear.
Heavyweight hoodies, premium cotton, street ready.
Caps, mugs, and more. Every detail on point.
Whether you're hooping, tailgating, or just repping the pod, NMP fits the culture.
Limited drops. When they're gone, they're gone.
Cop yours today at notmoveshop.fourthwall.com.
All right. What up, y'all? All right, we are back. So now we are going to transition back. Instead of talking about the Warriors, now we're going to talk about the Clippers. I mean, Bando, I need to hear you out, bro. Like, what do you genuinely feel like at this point, bro, about this organization? I'm just...
The Clippers organization has been a shit show from the jump. Meaning from the beginning, when they first came into the league, I'll say what they came into the league around the 80s.
I agree with you.
Came into the 80s, right? Then the Don Sterling shit happened. Remember with the racist remarks that got leaked?
Yep. Yes.
During Lob City, it's just a dysfunctional organization. Like they're literally like rotating, like, how do I say this? They're literally rotating coaches how you rotate a girl.
Right. No, and I get what you mean 100%. My bad, I had a text. But I just don't know, man. Like, it's just lately, like, one year after another, they give you so much, like, good expectation out of them, I feel like. And I just feel like in the past couple of years, they can't get it done. I want to say it's the players because lately for this couple of seasons, these guys, they've been getting the like, for example, you trade away a Zubac, which I really don't like. I don't like that move. But then you get
big on that team.
Right. Exactly. And I think that was honestly one of the biggest things that really showed out. That was a very big key difference, especially when looking in that playing game. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have a Zubac, I just feel like when it comes to that entire scheme going on, it's not as aggressive. There's not as much crashing the board. You don't get as much as the open opportunities as you expect, especially without a tall big man like Zubac, in my opinion. Even though I feel like he doesn't say a lot concerning for his role playing. The scheme, because he's only a role player, he's not a star or anything. But at the same time, I feel like he's very serviceable. I mean, we saw with James Harden a little bit how much he helped him improve. So, I mean, I just don't see why you got rid of a piece like that. And now you're bringing a guy like Garland, who is expected to be a great facilitator. He does okay, but then you got Kawhi playing like this. So
He just leave? About to say,
I
how happened?
really I really dislike this laptop. My bad. I had the largest internet connection ever lagged out. What I was trying to say is that I very much thought, like, especially when looking at like what they were willing to give, I just felt like DG could have definitely benefited more on the table. He definitely could have put a little bit more, but I'm pissed off at Kawhi. I have no idea what's going on with this coaching and these schemes going on. And whenever Kawhi, for some odd reason, I just feel like right now, like when you look at Kawhi as a player, for the past years, he's just been bipolar. Like he'll do great, get some injury bugs, be out for like half the season, and then do great when he comes back again. It's just back and forth. And I feel like this has been going on, honestly, for like a good 3-4 years since 22, where I'm just sitting here and I'm like, dude, you doing all this that seems great, but then when you come in that matters, it's not great. I'm starting to lose faith in Kawhi Leonard. And I don't want to say that because I know that sounds absolutely disgusting. But I feel like at the same time, the way you also put it earlier, especially with the father time things going on with him and as far as his injury bug issues, but the thing is it's not affecting his true game. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not where he goes back and then he drops. This is probably the first time where we've seen, oh shit, like drop. So I just want to know, like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you think this really says something about Kawhi Leonard's career moving forward?
I'm gonna say this about
do you
Kawhi
think
Leonard.
it's just
Kawhi Leonard, like, this might sound people might look at me crazy, like, Bando, what the fuck are you talking about? But me, I really don't care. As soon as you know me, I never cared. I'm gonna say how it is. Kawhi Leonard is becoming overrated. He's becoming overrated.
I agree.
You should have never left Toronto. That's one. That's what you fucked up at. You should have stayed at Toronto. You should have stayed there.
Yeah.
But you say you want to leave, do your own thing. But then you had guys like Paul George came in, didn't do nothing. James Harden came in, didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying 100%, especially when you looking at him the way he's been. It's just
you're finals
to me,
you're NBA champion, you're DPOI.
Right, like you become a multi-DPOY winner, which is great. You get a couple of rings in there too, but I don't know, man. It's like once you look at things long term down the road, I just feel like lately we're starting to slowly see just worse and worse and worse out of this man, and I'm starting to fail on what to say or think about him because it's like we know he can do it, we know he can get it done, but the problem is that each time he's on the court and he's willing to give what they're asked for,
gets hurt.
It's terrible. So I'm just sitting here in the back where I'm like, okay, is this the organization's fault or is this Kawhi Leonard's fault? If we're gonna sit and be genuinely real here, I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's the players. I don't know if it's the coaches. And I've been really trying to start and figure that out lately because it's just been piss poor. I don't really know. To me, it was a disappointment because you go in from the bottom seed towards a little bit after the All-Star break, right? You're in like the bottom 10. So we don't expect you to do anything. But then you come back and we see this team slowly climb up to an 8 seed. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, oh, okay, you guys are climbing up. You're trying to get to the stretch. Maybe you can sit and do something and, smack a few of these teams around. Man, I go and I watch this Warriors game, bro, and I genuinely saw like the biggest sell I think Kawhi's ever put in his entire career. Like you go from doing 20 plus almost by halftime, and then next thing you know, I see this man barely even getting 10 points to save his fucking life. I don't know what to say anymore with it. Like I'm appalled. I'm appalled is the word. I'm appalled. Do you have anything more to add before we continue?
I'm not surprised.
I figured. Alrighty. Well, now that we get done with that, now we're gonna switch here and transition back to the East and talk about the Orlando Magic and the 76ers. I mean, honestly, this one wasn't really as surprising to me. I mean, the 76ers all year, I mean, I get it. We don't really see a lot of what's going on in Philadelphia concerning with Joel Embiid problems and also the drama going on with Paul George. But if I digress for a little bit, I mean, honestly, when you're looking at guys like Edgecombe, Maxey, even Grimes, I mean, these guys have been really stepping up the ball game. And honestly, I'm gonna have to give a lot of props to Maxey and Edgecombe here because I honestly, in quite some time, I have not seen two young guards genuinely mesh so beautifully offensively. Even though they may not be the greatest defensively, because I'm not going to sit here and say that Tyrese Maxey and Edgecombe are elite defenders. No, but I can definitely sit here and tell you that they're somewhat serviceable. Like, I mean, Maxey, he's willing to give you at least a steal or two a game. Edgecombe, he's been doing great as far as on ball, especially with the perimeter.
He'll give you a steal and a block a game.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I like me and you have said, and I think we all can sit and agree. I think I see this team getting knocked out of the first round. But what I'm really, really, really liking at the 76ers a lot, it's just the adversity. I mean, when you're willing to go in and out of the playoffs, especially even though you're a play-in team, I understand they are a play-in team. But when you have all these injuries going on and when you're sitting here and you don't think that you're able to get it right, I feel like this just gives a little bit more hope in the 76ers in something that could happen for them in the future, especially with young guys like Maxey, Grimes, VJ Edgecombe, who have been performing beautifully. I mean, honestly, don't get me wrong, there's a few little regards you can leave him for Edgecombe and Grimes, but Maxey, I mean, this has probably been overall the best year of his entire career I've seen out of Maxey. I mean, this whole season, he's been giving you almost 30 points per game, 7 assists, 3-4 rebounds, about a steal a game. And he's doing this with literally shooting at least 50% from the field. He's lights out. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some moments in the year where we've seen him a little bipolar, especially towards a little bit after the All-Star break. But I don't know. I can low key, if I really think about it, like if we really start thinking about it, I can kind of see them. And I know I'm gonna sound crazy. I can see them going in the stretch against Boston. I can see this game going into the first round, maybe being a 6. I'm saying game 6. So I expect Boston to win. I'm not sitting here saying Philly's gonna win, but I feel like this is gonna go down to like a game 6. Maybe a game 5 if the Boston Celtics actually put enough clamp on that shit. But if you give them a lot of space to get free, bro, I'm just saying, and especially if Joel Embiid comes back, I mean, who knows? I mean, that's my only thing.
I hate saying this. So I'm a Knicks fan. Like this sounds even disgusting coming out of my mouth. But the Sixers are not fucking with Boston, bro.
Oh no, I'm not sitting here and saying that they're at that level as a
And they're
team.
like, I'm
No,
gonna be honest. I'm
I'm
gonna be honest. If they play each other in a 7-game series, Boston is sweeping them.
See, it's a little hard for me to say it's a sweep, and I'm not downing that because at the same time, Boston's really floor raised really well. Which I mean, honestly, I gotta give a lot of props to Derek White and JB for that, and even some guys like Vucevic too. But I mean, right now, Philadelphia, just offensively speaking, even though they have a little bit of some patches missing defensively, I feel like they can do a lot better of, especially in the interior. But offensively, they're looking really darn good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sitting here saying they're the best out there. I'm not gonna sit here and say that they can absolutely smack Boston around. No, but what I'm sitting here and telling you is I can see them maybe getting 1-2 really good performance out of this team where they're going to give them something to bite on that's going to be a little sour because we all know Philadelphia, especially as far as a team, they are pretty physical. They may not look physical, but I think honestly in my heart, they're probably one of the decent, more both offensively and defensive teams that just have an aggressive culture. I mean, what do you feel about that? Do you think that right now you see them having much more of an aggressive culture in both sides of the ball, or do you think it's just more elusive? Like, how do you feel about their game? I mean, the 76ers, myself.
I'm gonna be honest, it's Philly, bro. It's Philly. Even the fan base is I can't say the word.
Right, and I get that.
But
when we're looking at the dynamics, though, I mean, you got to think at the same time, though, Bando, like when you don't have a Joel Embiid and we don't expect this team to do anything great if Joel Embiid's gone.
Let's be honest, bro. What the fuck has Joel Embiid done? What has he done? What has he done? Let's be real with it. What has he done?
And I've asked a lot of people that same question too, but at the same time, I can't sit and undermine a team with or without Joel Embiid, considering they're still doing this, right? Like, you have to sit and think to yourself, with Joel Embiid, they went into the second round at best. They're already still getting playing chances without him. Where I get it to some people that may not seem a whole lot, but when you're still sitting in like the 7th, 6th seed, battling for that spot, and then on top of it all, you're without two of one of your best players. I mean, the fact that they were even to even get a chance to even be close to the top 6 seed without either of those players long term is just shocking to me. To me, it is. And that's why I kind of give them this grace on why I see them much more dynamic than they were in the past. But that could just also be me thinking that they are a much more younger, talented pace than a lot of the other teams, especially what they've done in this draft. So I could be wrong, but I do get your point, though, especially with we haven't seen them move forward in past years. But right now, I kind of see them taking a step forward, even with them having this undermined record and this kind of slope when it comes to playoff competition. I mean, what do you think? Do you see it stepping in the right direction at the least?
They got potential. I'll say that they got potential, but like it's every
and that's
year,
all I'm asking
but
for.
It's every year the go. Yo, let's go to the play-in.
Right. I think that's kind of the problem there.
But that's not
agree.
every team's goal.
Right.
No team wants to be in the play-in and fight for a playoff spot every year. Look at Miami, for example.
Right. And if anything, to me, I feel like it's harder, especially as the season goes on, because you got to think if you're in a plan like that, you got to really be up on your shit because you're facing everybody is a big dog. Everybody's the big dog. You're sitting there and you're the little dog, and everybody's the big dogs having to get the shit up. So, I mean, I don't know, man. But as we digress, though, now that we've gotten done with all that, I want to sit and take a little note on what we have seen from this Magic team. Now, I'm going to be solely and completely honest, even though I think as of right now, they're currently still beating the fucking living shit out of the Charlotte Hornets. And I'm going to ask myself and you, Bando, what is genuinely up with Orlando at this point, scheme wise? Because I see them doing great, but at the same time, I feel like they can't do as much as what they're asked to do, if that makes sense. And when I see that, I'm talking about guys like Paolo, Franz. I know Desmond Bane's always going to be lights out, but I mean, I don't know. Like, because here's my thing. You see the first play where they faced the 76ers, Paolo did terrible. I mean, let's sit and I'll be honest here. He didn't play good. He was very undermined. I think at the same time, we can even sit here and say, I think that Philadelphia definitely out-schemed the Orlando Magic. But now that we're viewing this on the other side and we're seeing that Charlotte is now, I mean, they've only had the scores, 94-71 entering the fourth quarter with 1:48 left in the third. So I'm sitting here a little bamboozled and I don't know how to feel because I don't expect Orlando to be this good of a team. So I don't know if it's just that they're doing better as far as the rebounds or getting much more of the opportunity defensively, or if it's just a bad game as far as Charlotte and its offense. I mean, what do you think about it as far as Orlando and them taking the advantage right now? Like, how do you feel about that?
Orlando is a confusing team. They're so bipolar. It's like when a shorty is like on her period. Like they're bipolar. Like Paulo. Like it's crazy how when Paulo is off the court, they're a better team. Which is crazy to me. And when Franz is off the court, they're a bad team.
Right.
Like,
right.
I don't know. I don't like they're confused.
I don't know either.
They're confused.
And it's very hard for me to sit. Yeah, and it's really hard for me to sit and think about this too, because when you don't, it's like kind of like what you said. Like if Paolo plays good, it just looks like the rest of the team's kind of But if Franz is playing good, it also means that things are probably going sideways. Excuse me. So my thing is like, I don't know if I'm sitting here thinking that this is just a lose-lose situation for the Magic moving forward, even though they're beating a team like Charlotte. But at the same time, though, I feel like this is just more of just a bad game on Charlotte, considering the fact that, respectfully to the least, they don't really got a rebounder like that compared to Orlando. And I don't think, honestly, I don't really think Charlotte's even that aggressive on the glasses compared to Orlando, which makes more sense why they get more opportunities more than not. But then when the players are asked to give in more, they're not. So I don't know what it is. Like, I want to sit here and say it's the coaching, but at the same time, I'm really not liking the bipolarness that Paolo's giving, because there's 1 week where he can do great, but then there's like 2 or 3 weeks where most of it's just subpar, right? And while all this is going on, I see guys like Desmond Bain, Jalen Suggs is surprisingly kind of stepped up a little bit. Even though he's not really the best when it comes to things on transition and willing to score, he's still a very, in my eyes, probably one of the better guard defenders in the league. So, how do you feel about it?
I don't know, bro. It's like you don't know what you're definitely on. It's like it's that bad. it's that bad. It's like one time Paulo would have a good game, and then Franz would have a bad game, and then Franz would have a good game, and then Paulo would have a bad game.
Right, but the problem is if Franz has a good game, everyone else is kind of doing bad. Besides Bane, like, hold on.
I don't know, bro. It's
just like, hold on. Let me just POV this just real fast here, because I don't understand it. Like, hold on 1 second. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to pull up the scoreboard on last game. Yeah, Desmond Bane, he played beautiful, had a solid 34 points with great efficiency. Definitely above 50%, I would see here. Yep, 10 for 16. But I mean, like you said, like Paulo, 7 for 20 fucking 2. How is his team beating a top 5 offense by almost 20 plus when this guy is just like, my bad. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Like, chat, help me out. How is this possible, for one? And for two, why is it that when I see Franz do stuff like average as shit, it either looks bad or looks surprisingly great? Which is making me think that everything in that entire organization is just fucking bipolar. Sorry for my language, but
let's be honest. Let's be honest about the Orlando Magic. Like, this team has not been the same since Shaq left, since Dwight Howard left, since all those guys they had left, bro. They've been a bottom feeder team at least.
But I would say my problem is like they're still giving what's to give, though, because it's like you have to say right. And that's kind of my problem that bugs me, I think, a lot, because this is a team where they have the pieces. You got a Paulo, you have a good defender like Jalen Suggs, you have a scorer like Desmond Bane, you have a decent rebounder like Wendell Carter Jr., who's actually been doing pretty all right this year. I mean, last game,
and he could protect the rim.
Last game he had 11 rebounds. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, him and Anthony Black, 11 rebounds. Anthony Black, 6. Like, Jalen Suggs, 6 rebounds. A guard. I'm just saying, like, if you are getting stuff like this, and if we're trying to see her move this ball, it's got to capitalize, right? And I just feel like, consistently speaking, if we're talking consistently here, they haven't capitalized like they're supposed to. They're getting the opportunities. They're just, I feel like it's just a lack of capitalization with the entire starting lineup this entire year. And while I am going to sit and be honest, I feel like personally, if Orlando does make it to this first round, which they will, it's going to be a fucking sweep by the Pistons. I don't know what more to give when Paulo is playing like this.
That's their ceiling, though. That's the Magic ceiling every year.
That's
their ceiling every year.
Yeah.
This is the Magic. This is the Magic for every year since Paulo and Franz came onto that team. Yo, let's make it to the play-in. Let's win the play-in, right? Let's go to the first round and lose in 5 and 4. Let's get generous swept or get swept. It's been like that every year. It's nothing new. It's a consistent thing with this team.
Right. And that's why, honestly, I really don't see them moving forward. I think once tomorrow goes into play, man, and we start seeing some of these teams in the playoffs in the first round, I just feel like in the first round, it's just fucking belt. Just belt. Straight belt. I'm sorry. I don't see Paulo or really any of them doing as great as they really wish they won to against a team like Detroit in their defense. Even though I feel like offensively, I feel like it would be a little bit of a battle because I feel like both teams are dealing with some inconsistencies on offense. But defensively, though, I think if Detroit continues playing like they have been playing defensively, especially after this All-Star break they've had this year, no question. Not a single fucking question. There's no questions why they should be a sweep, honestly. But now that we're done with all of that as of currently, now we're going to start talking some future spec here and talking about thinking about moving forward in the first round for the last couple of 15 minutes here. I mean, so I'll just go off first here with this. So the first games we got tomorrow are going to be Cavaliers and Raptors at 1. Then after that, I believe then we have the Nuggets and Timberwolves at 3:30. So we're going to start with talk about those two games first, and then we'll move on for the other games like the Hawks and Knicks, which I know you want to talk about. But, I mean, Cavaliers and Raptors, I mean, I've been saying this to everybody, man.
The Cavs
It's
is
the
Toronto.
Cavs, man. I honestly, like, don't get me wrong. I could see the Raptors maybe winning 1, maybe 2, depending on how things go with our scheme, because we can be a little sporadic, I will admit, especially when it comes with Jared Allen and some of our guards and depth-wise. It could be a little bit sporadic. And most of it's not even on guys like James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, like if they think they are. It's really guys like Sam Merle, Dennis Schroeder, who have just, I mean, Sam Merle's been doing his job, but I feel like since the All-Star break was really over, down on the stretch by the end of the season, he just played very sporadic, especially Dennis Schroeder. I mean, since we acquired him, he has had no great capability in scoring whatsoever. I personally feel like his scoring has just taken a huge dip. His facilitating, though, his passing is great. I feel like he's really great when it comes to moving things around with the ball. I just really feel like when it comes to really trying to capitalize to ask for him doing more, it's just been a problem with guys like him and even in some cases Sam. And I think that's honestly one of the biggest reasons why we got a guy like Keon Ellis, who we can ask for more because he's a two-way. You know what I mean? Well, I feel like it balances out, but I don't know, because low-key, the Raptors got some nasty pieces too, man. I mean, we're going to see RJ Barrett in the first time in a while. Your boy, who was previously in New York Knicks and is now
Fuck RJ Barrett. He's dog shit. Ass. Straight up ass as a Knick. Ass as fuck.
Hey, look, you knew I was going to rub it in. I'm
ass
sorry.
As fuck. Fucking horrible.
But
dog
come
shit.
on, man. I get it. I know. But you got to give it credit.
Don't ever bring up that name ever again. I get angry every time I hear that name.
I get it. I know. But, I mean, they've been doing great all year. I mean, him, Brandon Ingram, I know a few other guys in those pieces too have been doing their thing. It's just great. Right now, to me, I feel like the Raptors have just been playing really decent basketball. So I can see them winning 1 or 2 games, but I feel like once things, especially like the first 2 where we're going to be at home, there's no question I think we're going to win the first 2 games. What really questions me is once we go to Toronto's home. I think that's where it's really going to start being like, you might win, like, let's say we'll win 2 and then they win game 3. I can see us coming back and winning a game 4 and a game 5. I can see that. So that's why I'm saying I feel like it just depends when it comes to those regards. However, though, the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, though, in my opinion, that series is going to be very interesting because while some people actually more than I thought really want Ant to win, I just don't know. Because to me, I've been looking at this a lot when I see Jokic. I just feel like right now this is the year where we have really seen Jokic floor raise this Nuggets team to where, depending on what the depth does, I could see this maybe going to game 5, maybe game 6. I don't see this really going close to a 7. It might go to a 6, but I really see him morely being a game 5. I don't see this year. We haven't really seen a lot of Rudy Gobert. Jay Randall, he's been okay. In AE, he's been playing the best of his entire career from what I've heard, and that's cool. I like that. But I feel like what a lot of people need to understand in this regard is that just because one player is playing with Hall of Fame or all NBA numbers, right? Because we've seen this happen before, where we've seen a guy who is extremely influential and has a very huge impact on a team, but his supporting cast is kind of shit.
LeBron, 2018.
So that's my only reason why I think this is not going to be a crazy series is what people think it's going to be. I just feel like lately with losing those key pieces like Aaron Gordon, Payne Watson, you had Jokic being asked to do a lot more, even than what he was normally able to last year, especially when we're talking about consistency, right? Even though we know that he's able to do these capabilities, but can he do it more with a worse supporting cast? And I think that was what's, to me, the bigger eye-opener here, that I don't think a lot of people are really catching as much as they should. Like, when you don't have an Aaron Gordon, when you don't have a Payne Watson, you're losing a lot of capabilities that you can do both interior and exterior, especially when you're talking about cases on the defensive end wise, because who else would you want better to help you off the glass than an Aaron Gordon or help you on the perimeter like a Payne Watson?
And also one thing. Is Jamal Murray gonna show up? That's the big question mark. Is Jamal Murray gonna show up? Is Jamal Murray gonna show up?
I like that one. That's another good one too, because I've noticed also from these last couple of years, and even right now, I mean, right now he's been playing pretty darn good. Even when sometimes Jokic isn't available. But like we all have seen before too, we know that Jamal Murray can be a little bit bipolar when it comes to playoff time. He can have one good game that's like a 30 ball, and then the next following game it can be less than fucking 20. So I don't know. That question I think we're gonna have to see during game time. I think that's really gonna be like a game time scenario. And it's just because like you really don't know where you're gonna get out of Jamal Murray. I feel like he's one of these guys where he can do it, like he has all the potential to. It's more of, is he consistently able to and is asked to do what he's supposed to do every single time on the court.
Yeah. And me personally, I feel like the series will go to 7. That's if Jamal Murray doesn't show up.
True.
That's if he doesn't show up, it'll go to 7, but Nuggets will still win the series.
And honestly, I think that's going to be the biggest key matchup there. I really, because honestly, we all know Jokic is going to do great. We all know that. I think the real question is like what you're saying, is Jamal Murray going to, and I know what I'm going to say is going to sound crazy, so calm down here, people. But is he able to go par to par with an Ant in a game 7 series? I don't think so.
I mean, hold on. Time out.
I know.
Time out. I don't want to cut you, but we've seen Ant in the game 7, and he shit the bed.
But we've also seen Jamal Murray in an entire playoff series be bipolar as shit. So at this point, Bando, and I know we shouldn't really say this, but I feel like this is kind of the time where we should. If we're talking playoff-wise, it's screaming ass on ass.
Got the right ass cheek, got the left ass cheek.
So, to me, I feel like this is a damn or you don't kind of game. That's how I feel about it. If other people want to disagree, by all means, you can open up on the comments.
Y'all Ant fans. Oh, Ant's this.
No, because here's the thing. I think Ant's very capable. I think Ant's been.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general.
Oh, yeah, in general, right. But that's what
Ant fans are like, oh my God.
No, and I get it. Like, if we're going to sit here and really sit down and have a conversation with Anthony Edwards, I can sit and see why that people look at him as being like a top 10 player right now. But am I going to sit here and tell you he's like a top 7? No. Maybe a 9 or 10. Maybe an 8, depending on who you put there. That's a maybe. I don't see Ant in the top 10 list being as high as 7, especially when we're looking at cases as recently. But that's a different conversation. I mean, even when you're looking at what Ant is being asked to do, I feel like year in and year out, he's being asked to do more, and he's showing it. My only problem is what's going on with the rest of the team, because we see Julius Randle, like, for example, I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before when he started going to the Timberwolves, like when he was first in the Timberwolves, we see him have the down years in New York Knicks. I know you don't need to rub it in and slander me, okay? But then we also see
when I saw that Julius Randle traded, oh, that was the happiest day of my
you gotta
fucking
admit though,
life.
it was probably a savior of your life, but it was a benefit for the Timberwolves. You can at
That
least
was the
admit that. Like,
happiest day of my life.
but you gotta admit though, he surprisingly actually improved. To me, at least, I feel like he improved during the first times.
But who really won that trade though? Who went farther?
Yeah, it was you guys for sure. I definitely would agree to that. It was definitely you guys. But so let's see here now.
Atlanta versus New York.
Yeah. Now I was just about to say, yeah, I think that is your team at 6:00 p.m. tomorrow at April 18th.
I'm gonna say this because
I'm
gonna break this shit down. I'm gonna break this shit down.
You got it.
Break this shit down. These Atlanta Hulk fans keep talking about 2021. 2021. We're not the same. We're not that same team. 2021, we had a fucking Derrick Rose at the end of his career. RJ Barrett. Fucking Emmanuel Quickly. Who else we had on that team? Who
I
else
think you
was
had
on that team?
I'm pretty sure you had Obi Toppin there too.
Obi Toppin. This
Yeah.
is a different Knicks team. You have Brunson, you have Mikal Bridges, you have Cat, you have Mitchell Robinson, you have Landry Shaman, you have Deuce McBride, you have all of these guys who's a better team than what we were in 2021. A way better team. Way better team. And you have Brunson, who's a playoff riser. That's one. He rises in the playoffs. Even when he was in Dallas, he rose in the playoffs. Everybody started hearing Jalen Marquise Brunson's name when he was in Dallas in the playoffs. That one series, the Phoenix series. That's when everybody found out who he was.
Devil's advocate though, just a little bit, But my thing is with that, right? Like, yeah, we see Brunson being very much at a high volume, but I feel like this year, just speaking overall, not overall, but just this season, it's been a little sporadic. But at the same time, I feel like that has to do with everyone else. Hold on. I feel like that has to do with everyone else's game. Like, for example, how like me and you talk, Carl Anthony fucking Towns.
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges is another one, yeah. And sometimes, not all the time, because I will admit he's decent, but sometimes OG. Sometimes. It's not as often, but there is times where he can have a shitter, one or two. So I don't know, man. Like, to me, we saw a lot of good coming out of y'all at the first and especially in the midst of the season. I just feel like at the end, there was just a lot of humps and bumps to where I feel like some people are really questioning y'all as far as like the faith or willing to do more to the table compared to the Hawks. Because like, look, here's my thing with the Hawks, right? We've seen them increasingly steadily improve so far, game in, game out. I mean, they're probably been one of the only few teams that actually really climb up the stakes here. I mean, the beginning of the season, they were almost pushing bottom 10. And then at best, they were almost at fifth or fourth seed. They were almost close to us. So I don't know. Like, I don't really know. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna cut you off, Chance. I'm gonna say this, bro.
No, you're good.
We have the more experience in the playoffs. We've seen the last time we matched with Atlanta. Atlanta in crunch time, they folded like a bag of chips. They folded.
That's true. They are a hot, fast team rather than trying to
slow. They fold in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's true. Because
And
I would
Brunch
definitely
and
say, like, we're, like, very much the opposite. Like, we're more of, like, a second half team. I can see Atlanta being much more of, like, "Hey, get out there, do what you gotta do first, and then play off during the rest of the game, so in that
and
way."
this is a different. This is different. It's
Yeah,
playoff
dynamically, it is different.
basketball. It's playoff.
Yeah.
Y'all have zero playoff experience. The only person on that team that has playoff experience is CJ and Clint.
Mhm. True. Yeah, yeah. That's
Who
true.
else on that team has
That's
playoff experience besides those two players?
That's true. I'll give you that. But at the same time, though, I don't know if we can undermine a guy like Jalen Johnson. I just don't know if you can undermine some of those other players that are on that team, man. Like,
No,
they've been a decent schemeful team. They've been really good on their cues. That's my thing. Like, as long as you're good on your P's and Q's, I can't really say anything bad. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, the clutch timing may not be always right. And that's okay because they don't have the playoff experience, like you said. But when we're looking at things as a whole throughout this season and what you're asked for out of them, they've been giving it very well. Pause. But they've been utilizing everything that they've been willing to grab. I mean, you went up, you get a Jalen Johnson who's been lights out. I mean, he almost averaged. Didn't he almost average a triple double this season? If I'm correct, I could be wrong. Could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure he almost averaged a triple double this entire season.
yeah, he did.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you still getting young talent that's asked to do more and is willing to give it to the table. So, and especially efficiently wise. So my thing is like, I know I'm gonna sound crazy when I say this, but if Jalen Johnson does keep this up, he could go par to par with Jalen Brunson if he wants to. If he wants to. But that's if he wants to. That's all I'm saying. That's the only reason why I want.
We saw what happened last time. Jalen Brunson had 30 on him. We saw that shit happen last time. Brunson had 30
That's
on him.
true.
That's what I'm gonna say.
You
That's
guys
all I'm gonna say.
do own
That's
the
all I'm gonna
Raptors.
say.
I will admit to
all I'm
that.
gonna
You
say.
guys do own the Raptors. I will admit to the Hawks and the Raptors. My bad, but you guys do. But I don't know. I don't know. Especially with Jalen Johnson giving you and that rest of that team, especially with their depth. Like Kuminga, he's been playing great. Actually, I completely forgot that is one of the teams that you guys. That is also one of the guys you're gonna be facing too. I'm pretty sure Kuminga's on that team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know he had a decent year this year too. So that's what I'm saying. I could see some of those guys out there really putting up something. My only question is can they do it consistently? I think we kind of all know the answer to that one.
I'm gonna say this.
But
Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.
All right, we'll see, Bando. We'll
Knicks
see,
in
man.
5.
But the last one I want to talk about today, we'll talk about some of the other the other first rounder teams next week. But I just want to talk about this one because I know tomorrow is going to be the start. But when we come back, we will talk about the other half of the first round teams like the Pistons and some of the play-in teams going up against each other, Celtics and Sixers, Spurs and Trailblazers. We'll talk about those other teams next week just to, save some time and suspense for everybody in the room here. But before we get out of the way here, I just want to make a last little debate for the Los Angeles Lakers and the Houston Rockets.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
I know.
Hold on. Y'all might call me crazy. Y'all might call me whatever. But the way how LeBron, Ramon James has been playing without Luka and AR at 41 years of age.
It's really nice.
We might see 2018 again.
That would be nice. It would be nice
We might see 2018 again. He said himself, got to go back to the old ways.
I don't know, man. That would be nasty. It could happen. I think it could, but my only question with all that is that what is everyone else going to be asked to do when shit goes down? You know what I mean? Because I mean, this year, LeBron, I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's been doing all of that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna undermine him either. Like, it's LeBron James.
It's LeBron,
Like,
bro. Like,
yeah, okay, I get it. He's plus 40 years old, but at the same time, man's just doing well for a third option, and now is being a first option for a good couple of these games.
his
I can
numbers
see
is
them.
fucking
I mean, like,
insane.
look, all I'm saying is this. Depending on how things go this series, one of these two teams is obviously going to be a first round exit at the end of the day. But if things don't go in the LA Lakers' favor when it comes to Luka coming back and all these things, I don't really know if we're going to see things play out the way they want to for LeBron. And that's just because I'm going to be honest, like right now, when you're looking at things scheme wise, I'm only saying scheme wise, a lot of it isn't really being portrayed to LeBron James unless if those two guys are injured. And the problem with that is that no one's really else helping the benefit of the factor, especially in the depth. I mean, when you sit and look at it, yeah, LeBron's giving you all these great things as far as passing, facilitating, playing decent defense. He's been scoring very well for his age and at his level of competition. But at the same time, I'm looking at everyone else, and everyone else is just soft. I mean, there's a few guys in there that are giving a little bit of glimmerous that they have the potential to, you know what I'm saying, really be aggressive and be a decent scorer like Jackson Hayes. But then I look at a bipolar Jake LaRavia, a bipolar Rui, a soft-ass DeAndre Ayton.
Time out, Tinez. We're not about to skip past the fact that you said Jackson Hayes is a decent scorer. Are we serious?
I said aggressive wise. Because you guys sit and admit he's probably the at the depth. He's probably their most athletic scorer.
Bro,
depth wise.
Jackson Hayes is like the worst big man I've seen.
I don't know if it's. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Bando. I'm really starting to question if it might just be better than DeAndre Ayton, though. Like, respectfully, the way I see DeAndre Ayton, it's kind of a worse version of Rudy Gobert. Literally. And I don't think anyone can sit and tell me I'm wrong. Concede. That's all, and that's all I'm saying, brother. That's all I'm saying. That's it. It's just, look, I get it. It sounds nasty when you put it that way. But if you sit and you think, what other guy you gonna say is really aggressive like that when it comes to scoring? I'll wait.
Honestly, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell.
They don't got nobody. They don't got nobody. AR is hurt.
They don't got nobody.
All they got is a 41-year-old.
And that's all I'm saying, Bando. So it's like, I get that, bro. It's LeBron, but we all know that he can't do it by himself. Like, I don't shoot. Look, and I'm gonna say this for everybody, bro. There's no such thing as like the greatest players of all time being able to do it by themselves. There is a handful of players that are able to do that shit. A very small handful. Very small. And honestly, my eyes, I've only seen like maybe 2 people able to do that.
Cool.
2. Michael.
Come on.
In some cases, in most cases, not all. Not all.
Stop it. Jordan had helped around him. Stop it.
Honestly, as far as playing by themselves, as far as playing good by themselves, like with a bad supporting cast, this is gonna sound nasty. AI, Russell Westbrook.
Did you just say Russell Westbrook?
Yes, with a bad supporting cast. Listen to what I'm telling you. A bad supporting cast. Let's break it down. Curry had what? Clay, Draymond, KD. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi, Pascal, Fred, Kyle Lowry, Tim Duncan, Manu, like, bro, there is so many athletes. Like, you gotta think about it, man. There's a lot of athletes in the world that just can't get it done by themselves because it's a team sport, brother. This is a team sport we're talking about here, bro. Like, I get it. We love the players and we love the fame that they're given as an individual. But when you're looking at winning, when we're looking at who is it to win, you have to look at things as a whole, because if not, bro, you're going to see all these pieces out in the scatter just mixed up and just put on the shelf like if it's a doll. Just in there collecting dust. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's more than just a piece to the puzzle, is all I'm saying.
It's just the best birthday.
So that's why I don't really know if LA, these first couple games, is really going to get it right, man, is because LeBron can't get it done by himself. At this point, he's getting at an age where, hey, you know, I need some of y'all too to help me back me up. That's all it is to me.
But like,
to me.
Who's there for? I don't know, like the Lakers.
That's my problem. And that's my only thing, right? Like, because you have to sit and think. The Rockets, too. I mean, that's another team where I don't really know what's going
about the Rockets, right? The only way the Rockets lose a series is because of Ime Udoka.
That, or if Sengun just plays like complete ass on Ayton. I mean, if their rebounding is just that piss poor, because let's all be honest, LA's defense is complete trash. With full respect. I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and slander no team, but at the same time, when you are bottom 3 in defense throughout the entire league, that matters to me, brother.
Not even in the top 15.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. My only thing is, and my only hope is I just hope that I see a few things. One, I see the Rockets really step up with their young assets that they have. Tyree Eason has really got to start popping off. Fucking what's his name? Reed Shepherd really got to stay on his eyeballs. Like, he's really got to stay on his eyes. Like, to me, I feel like if he really starts becoming like a little bit of a help on the facilitation end,
Thompson need to do his thing too.
I don't know. Like, I could see them maybe getting the LA Lakers to, depending on when Luka comes back or not, they could mess around with them in the stretch. They could. And honestly, I won't even be surprised if Luka doesn't come back till, like, let's say if he doesn't come back game 3, he'll come back game 4. I won't be surprised if you're at a 3-0 scenario with Houston. I won't be surprised. I'm sorry. I just don't really have much faith in the Lakers as a whole team. I have faith in Braun. I think Braun's going to do great. I'm just worried about everyone else and JJ Redick and what they're asked for everybody else to do. That's my only problem, really.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. You are cutting out bad, brother. Hold on. Bando, turn off your... Hold on.
You gave me better now?
Brody. Try this. Yeah, there you go. I don't mute your mic and unmute it. You're good now. What were you trying to say? Yeah, what were you trying to say?
I was going to say, I mean, they did get swept last year. Like, I mean, dude, this is a weird series. Houston and this is a weird series. Like, anything could happen.
It is a weird series. It is, especially when you look at things down the stretch. Right. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it, too. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to think. That's why I've been so quiet lately. My bad, y'all. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm really trying to think what we could really expect moving forward before we get off here real quick for the time being until next week. But I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to see out of that series. I think, to me, that's the biggest mix-up to me is that series. That to me could really go either way, especially if Luka comes back. Though if Luka does come back, my only question with that is can they respond? That's my only question. I mean, if you were really sitting here trying to risk for Luka to come back after an injury like that, or are you gonna have the willingness to respond? And if not, then I don't know, man. It might sound tragic, but at worst case scenario, LA could get swept. And I don't like saying, I don't want to sit and say that. I really don't. I really don't, because it does not help. But I really dislike saying this, but they could. And that's kind of scary, especially when you don't have a Luka out there. You don't have an Austin Reeves for the rest of the season. It's just LeBron with his role players, like it was in 2018. So, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Before we go, Bando, like, what do you genuinely think about this Lakers team and what they can do against Houston? Like, and I'm not talking just LeBron. I'm talking the entire team.
As a team?
Correct. What do you genuinely want to see from moving forward?
Like, without talking about LeBron, without talking about AR, without talking about Luka, ass on
Correct.
ass on ass on ass on ass on ass on ass. That's the perfect way to describe the Lakers.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, I got a point there. Yeah. It's just I don't know. I don't know how the schemes are gonna look and what people are gonna be asked for to do.
Then you got
That's
JJ Redick, who's emotional as fuck and always
Oh,
crying,
yeah.
whining on the fucking
I mean,
side.
I don't know if you really have heard into it, but like what Graham was saying last episode, they're really thinking about letting him go because he's just not been sinking well. And this is kind of what me, Graham, and you've been saying all year, right? Like when we're looking at an organization like the Lakers, and when you sit and think that they can give you a little bit more wiggle room, but now you have this coach that I don't know if JJ Redick is just trying to take advantage of everything or if he's just wanted his way or the highway. I don't know
That's what I'm
really.
thinking. Is the thing with JJ, like from what I've seen, it's either his way or the fucking highway.
That's kind of how I looked at it too, especially with
Literally.
him with
Like, if
LeBron
you
in the
don't do it
beginning.
his way, it's a problem.
That's true.
But when you do it his way, it's a fucking loss.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. I agree. Yep. Well, we are going to end it off here, ladies and gentlemen, as next week on Friday, 9 p.m., like always, we will be talking about much more of the first round here. Definitely be talking about much more of the other teams on the other side. Like I said from earlier before, do you have anything more to add, Bando, before we end off here? Zero? Nada? All right, ladies and
I just
gentlemen.
hope Boston does shit in the playoffs. I just hope Boston just plays like dog shit.
You know, and everybody's hoping your Knicks to go out in 6-2. Because I'm not going to lie, I've been hearing that birdie out too. But I'm done teasing you, though. I hope everybody has a blessed day. I mean, it's the playoffs. You know what happens. A win's a win, a loss is a loss. Go big or go home and let them fucking know. We out of here, gentlemen. We'll be here at 9 p.m. next week. God bless.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.